If you smell what the bird is barbecue.
G'day jabronis, it is the Verd back with you again and welcome here to a draft recap, another one. So Duel Society, I kind of just posted that one. I didn't really do actually a draft recap for Duel Society now that I think about it. So this is my first draft recap for a while. Duel Society, I'll upload the videos probably in like bunches. I'm not going to upload team builders or shit, I'll just upload the battles because it is just a fun league that I'm doing with some fun teams and whatnot. But this league, this is where shit gets serious, guys. I am your coach once again of the Tampa Bay Frogadiers, and this is the team that I drafted. Basically, I could have gone into like a full little recap, showing off every mon, using all the draft slides and all that, but I just feel like there's no real point. This has already been posted on Twitter, so you kind of know what I've already drafted, so I feel like it's redundant to go through it any other way. But yeah, this is the team that I've gone for this season. It has got a bit of flack, but mostly it's been pretty positively seen by the community. But I'm going to kind of break down my picks and kind of try and justify what I've chosen for my team. So, without further ado, first pick, Zygarde. Don't really feel like Zygarde needs any justification. It's pretty obvious why I picked Zygarde. In the format, it is one of the best mons, hands down, easily. With Z-move capability, it is an absolute monster, and to me, it was very much a no-brainer choice. Zygarde is just so good in the format, and just becoming slowly and gradually creeping his way up into being one of the best Pokemon in draft format at this point in time. Not much else new to say, really. Who the hell is trying to message me? Who the hell is that? Oh, okay. You know what? That one's okay. That one is okay. So it was like something to do with work, and I was like, yeah, hopefully not. Moving on to my next pick, and a call that I've used in the past is Zygarde Bulu, and I want to draft it again. Not because I like using the same things over and over again, but I felt like the last time I used Zygarde Bulu, I didn't use it to its full potential in the NPL. I wanted to kind of try it with a different kind of balance this season. Bulu, again, is just such a super good mon. Everyone says it's the worst Tapu, and I just think they're just crazy, because obviously I'm a bit of a madman with the way that I would use a Tapu Bulu, but it's still definitely one of the most dangerous Pokemon in the format, and I feel like, you know, if people aren't careful, they're going to get smacked up by Bulu pretty quickly, for sure. But yeah, definitely a really, really tricky mon to prep for. A huge heavy hitter, but also can have the defensive capabilities. Solid fairy type, and just pairs perfectly with Zygarde. They're just a match made in heaven. Moving on though, I had the choice. My neck's fucking hurting. I had the choice between two mons for my third pick. I was choosing between Greninja and Infernape. I knew that I was only going to be able to get one of them, and I decided with Greninja in the end because I've never used this thing in draft, and I was really keen to. I am obviously, you know, Tampa Bay Frogadiers, so it's basically a bit of a mascot pick there, but Greninja is just an absolute monster. The speed stat is just so good. The variety of moves is great. Unfortunately, only access to Torrent with this ninja set, but it's still freaking ridiculous. Like, it's such a good mon. And it's just a good fit for the team too. Like, Zygarde and Bulu can deal with a lot of things quite well by themselves, but Ninja, just with its speed, and the dual stabs is really, really nice too. Like, Dark Water, paired with things like the Bulu, is just really hard to check. Like, obviously these three don't exactly deal with grass types that well, but I'd like to think I've drafted a couple of mons especially that can definitely deal with the grass types. But yeah, Ninja is such a good mon, man. Moving on, a mon that I used last time with this team is Nihilego, and I decided to draft it again. Really happy with this. Like, Nihilego is just such a good Pokemon for this team. It puts in a massive workload. The fact that, you know, like I said, with the grassy terrain up, it's, you know, a bit more bulky, can take more hits, is wicked. And as well as the fact, like, there's another rocker for my team. Well, not another rocker, it's the first rocker that I've introduced. Another hazard setter, another T-Spike user, and just a really solid offensive Pokemon too. Because of that poison typing, although it doesn't resist grass, it is able to pressure almost every single grass type in the format, barring Ferrothorn, which I fortunately get to play round one, which just my luck, right? But that's okay. Nihilego, I've always just had a soft spot for it. It's a really good mon in format, and I'm keen to use it again. Plain and simple. But moving on to a mon that I think I brought in No, I wanted to get it and then couldn't scoop it up. I've used it in different teams, but not, I believe, in this team, because I normally would take Tentacruel. But I decided against Tenta and went with Empoleon instead. I feel like Empoleon could be a really solid mon for this. You know, I did get Empoleon in that season, because I remember I played against the Mega Mawile. Yeah, I had Empo. So I got Empo again because I wanted to give it another chance. I felt like it was a really solid mon for the team. I feel like now that I've got Greninja as the offensive water to kind of pair with it, I really like that balance. You know, Rocks, Defog, it just fills so many roles in the team and covers a lot of weaknesses. And, you know, it's just a really solid fit. Same with Rotom. I'm not going to go into too much detail on Rotom. It's very similar to the team I drafted last time. But it's, again, just a really good pivoter. Another Defogger, just really solid. But we're going to move on to the last, like, 5, because they're the ones that are the interesting ones, I think. So Uxie is a mon that I actually haven't really used that much. I've used Mesprit before, but not Uxie. Really keen to snag this guy. Not just as another rocker, because that means I got 3 now, but also the fact that, you know, the U-turn is just really nice, pairing with Ninja, Rotom. It's just super good to get that pivoting action, and it's just a really good bulky psychic to choose. Can be used offensively, can be used defensively. It's just really clean. Overall stats are just great. Really good speed tier as well. Like, my slowest speed tier is Empo at this point, so I was really happy with that. And I wanted to pair with another good psychic type, because I feel like this guy, I don't really classify him as a psychic type. He's just more of a fighting type. And Mega Gallade was still there when it came to round 8, and I'm like, yeah, I'll scoop him. So I picked up Mega Gallade. Super happy with this. I actually haven't used Mega Gallade before, and I was so excited to use it, because I know how hyped other people have been using Mega Gallade, so I was like, oh shit, yeah, this is gonna be great. Like, I'm so keen to use this, and I still am. I still very much am keen to use Mega Gallade in this season. I think it's a super good mon. The speed tier is just so damn good. The options that it has to be bulky, you know, to just be clean offensive. Like, there's just so many good things that Gallade can do, and it just excites me down below. But regardless, on to the next pick, and this was the most contentious one of this fucking draft. I just really wanted to take it, and I'm not the kind of person to kind of bow to social opinion. I kind of just go off on my own and do my own thing, and that's exactly what I did with this one. I picked up Empo. Oh, not Empo. Haha. God damn it. I picked up Volcarona. So, Volcarona is definitely not everyone's cup of tea. I felt it was justified given that I had, you know, 2 good defoggers I felt in Empo plus Rotom. As well as, you'll see my next pick is Avalugg, so I had like 3 forms of hazard removal, and I think with Volcarona that makes it so strong too is it can be just a really nice lead. As you know, I'm planning to do week 1, which you'll find out about soon, but yeah, it's just a really solid mon in that regard, and just the Quiver Dance set is great. It can run so many different things. It's another momentum Pokemon. And yes, it does have that hazards weakness, but at the same time, with the way that my team's orientated, I just really feel like I can deal with hazards. A lot of the stealth rockers on my opponent's teams, you know, are going to get pressured by a lot of my big wall breakers. And, you know, a turn setting up rocks could mean that they're a turn behind in the long run, so it definitely plays a lot of mind games. It's just such a good offensive Pokemon too. Quiver is just such a hard thing to stop, and it's got plenty of options. And, you know, like, I can run Charty Berry for the 4x weakness. It's really not a big deal. I'm super keen to use Volcarona. I think it's honestly going to be a really important mon this season. And I just really rate it in draft format. I feel like it's becoming a bit more underrated these days. But moving on to my final 2, like I said, I got Avalugg. I loved using this thing in like PU, just like laddering with it. It's just an absolute tank. Can take hits for days, get off a clean spin, but can also be really strong offensively. So keen to see how much work Avalugg can put in that regard. And then finally, I have Wobbuffet. So Wobbuffet, the main reason I took it was because it was chilling at 3 points, which was wicked. It was super, super good. And really just wanted to abuse it, man. Like, it's such a good mon for my team. Yes, it's my 3rd Psychic type, but, you know, 2 of them are weak to Dark, and I have Gallade. I got Bulu to deal with those Dark types if need be. And then also, you know, it's 3 weak to Ghost, but I don't actually have a Ghost Resist. I just realized that on my entire team. There is no Ghost Resist. I probably should drop one at some point, but yeah, we'll see. Oh, I have Ninja as my Ghost Resist. The best Ghost Resist, clearly. But yeah, like, I'm really too fast. Wobb's just there because Gallade doesn't enjoy bulky Psychic types, so being able to potentially, like, you know, get into Wob and deal with things that way is huge. I feel like, you know, it's going to be a really solid month for my team. Just being able to kind of allow my wall breakers a bit more leverage as well. And also it forces mons that want to be a bit more aggressive to have to think defensively, which means they might not be able to do their full output and can just give my team plenty of options. So I was really happy with this draft, to be perfectly honest with you. I thought, you know, it wasn't the best draft. It's definitely a lot of mons that I've used before, but this is my first like serious league back, and I just wanted to, you know, draft a fun team. Some mons that I already knew had used and I just enjoyed using, and then some mons that I hadn't used before that I was keen to try. And I'm just really happy with how it all ended up. Obviously, like, I don't know if it's going to stay this way the whole time with the team. There are definitely some options. I really, it's really hard to get, but I really want to get Manaphy, because Manaphy is still on the draft board. The problem with getting Manaphy is that I'd have to drop like a lot of Pokemon to do it, and I have to try and justify it with myself that it would be worth the expenditure, if that makes sense. But it's definitely something I'm contemplating. I don't know if it'd be worth it, because I feel like it throws off the balance of the team. I actually like the balance of the team. Barring like the potential ghost type weakness, there's rarely many good offensive ghost types these days anymore, so I can just play around that really nicely and, you know, use this team to the best of its potential. But that's going to do it, guys. If you enjoyed, you know how it is. We like the video, subscribe, all that good shit. I will be posting team builders and then also live battles this season, because my Camtasia, I'm on a better computer. I can record it fine without any issues, so you can actually watch my live thoughts as the battle goes on. I'm super keen to use this team. Hopefully you guys are too. But yeah, I'm Laverd. I'm out this bit.